and totally...
Did we release the episode?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Did we?
What was it called?
Tummy troubles?
Tummy troubles. Yes.
Sorry, I asked that question, and then I took a nap, and so I didn't see any responses. And then I got up, and I was like, oh yeah, I should probably do that now.
Well, I'm going to have to actually...
Good. Ow.
What's going on?
I don't know.
She's trying to get rid of that photo. So it's like, yeah.
Oh.
You could have made this
That
easier.
makes
this time.
sense.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Wow. Those very strong words. Well, that's not nice. Those people... Oh, well, okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, she's gone. She can't hurt us anymore. No, I guess that is the real joke.
Her eyebrows are singed into my brain, but you know.
I have such space between my eyebrows, and hers look like this.
She's got a tiny pinched face.
I don't know. She looks like
Wait, hold that again.
This.
You screen cap it?
Fred has like a folder going on right now. Unknown to the rest of gods. Unknown to the rest of us, he's like making a whole PowerPoint to music for the GeekyCon.
I make a scrapbook.
I maintain that I look better. Who wore it better?
Yeah, I'd vote for you. You wore it better.
Me. Okay, and 6, 5, 4, 3.
No, I'm legit not
2.
ready. I don't have it up. That's what he said. Ha Sorry. You started counting and I hit the X on it.
I've been saying I'm ready since 8:36. It is now 8:55.
Like I said, you started counting and I hit the X. I don't know what to tell you. I panicked. There was a whole panicking situation.
In 6, 5, 4,
it's happening.
3, 2. What's this?
What?
Oh my God.
I thought one of you was trying to text me something serious. And I was like, what? It's just my Apple Watch saying, girl, you can still make it. Get out there and have a walk.
She's busy podcasting, damn it.
Right.
In 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Click.
Oh, I clicked it. Yay.
I did it.
And it worked. Utah? Oop. That one's black. What the hell is our YouTube channel?
So this is, I guess, the episode where we announce that we're changing our name, right?
To Drunks and Dragons.
To Drunks and Dragons.
Yes, they finally freed up the name.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Got it.
That was pretty funny.
Been
Okay.
waiting for so long.
Well, now I do want to change our name. Okay, but anyways, I'm what you call impressionable. I'll take it. We are now the other podcast. That's our new name.
That's the
Just
name.
kidding.
Wait, that's our name?
No,
Oh.
that's not true.
Oh.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another exciting episode of Cthulhu and Friends. I am your game master, Veronica, and I'm excited to be here.
I'm Stacy, and I'm playing Bellamy, and I'm also excited to be here and go first.
Hi.
I'm Steph. Oh, and I just interrupted. And I'm excited to go second. And I play Clara.
Hi,
And I'm
Mike.
And I'm excited to go third. And I play Edward.
Oh, no.
Also me here, Mike Lane. I play Todd B.
No one
Not
knows
so
what your
excited
last
to be
name
here
is.
anymore.
Oh.
Save the best for last.
Wait, I thought if you're not first, you're last.
Yeah,
Pretty
that's
much.
true.
So all of you are.
All of
Okay.
you.
Uh-oh. Makes me nervous.
Bellamy.
No.
Oh, I forgot my thing.
Last time, somewhere.
I'm sorry. You normally don't go last.
It's so confusing.
So, Mike, what happened in the last episode? I totally forgot.
Last time on Cthulhu and Friends, there was some slugs, and yeah.
Bellamy is crazy.
That's it? There's just slugs.
There's
Yeah,
slugs.
there's
And
slugs.
a
It's only
doppelganger.
slugs. That's
They're
all you
like-
guys remember.
I do this in
Ooh,
post.
there was a
Flying out
naked
of
Edward.
faces.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
there's
there
a
was.
lot of nakedness.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The bones.
Edward tried
The
to kiss Bellamy.
bones.
Whoa. Whoa. Pretty sure that was the other way around.
No. I remember it clearly.
No, you don't, because you weren't there.
I mean,
So do you guys want me to recap you real quick so you remember all
Yes,
the things that have
please.
happened?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So, you guys ignored Bellamy's Tom troubles. When you came out of the library, Bellamy was there and she was like, "Hey guys, how's it going? I'm totally normal. No one roll against that. Ah, Sarah Huckabee Sanders is on my screenshots. I gotta get rid of it."
you did this to yourself.
Move to trash. Move to trash.
So, was that the source of the tum troubles?
Yes. Absolutely.
It's fixed.
Okay.
So, anyways,
So
I'm
sorry.
really- I just looked up and I saw Satan. I had to get rid of it. Ugh. So, anyways, you guys go back to Mosado Lago, and Bellamy sends Todd out for, what we assume is Bellamy, sends Todd out to get a gift for Clara to repair their relationship that she's recently learned is broken or needs to be fixed. And so then he goes and gets chicken broth for something.
Painter's
The
soul.
painter.
The painter's
Oh,
soul.
that's right.
But while he's out, Bellamy and Edward have a moment where they're like, "Oh, things," and then Bellamy is just like, "Kiss me," and is leaning in, and Edward's like, "No, not going to do that. I was just in the shower and I heard something crash out here, so I came to investigate." And then Clara comes out and she sees Edward naked and Bellamy leaning in for the kiss, and then he moves aside and all sorts of things happen. No one kisses. No one kisses. Okay? I want to make that extremely clear. And then Bellamy turns into a million slugs as she falls onto the floor. The Nighthawk eats all the slugs in the form of a million birds. And then there's a skeleton on the floor, and it walks out, kind of tries to in some people's minds, but then it's just there. And then Todd comes back with the gift, and then no one questions anything else.
Well, we looked at the skeleton.
I
we
was
found
thinking
that it was
straight
like
through a
Yeah.
chair
nail
at it.
bones, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
made out of real bones.
And it was a male skeleton.
It's a male skull.
Yeah.
And what else?
Slugs.
And didn't some of the slugs like crawl out of the window?
Yeah, there were like blood
Yeah.
trails.
There's a trail.
Blood
Oh,
trails.
that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Now Bellamy, on the other hand, Bellamy's in some shit. She's back in the shed, and there's a light swinging back and forth and back and forth, and there's a shaded figure, and she sees as the light swings one way, Tess, who's got her mouth all wrapped up in duct tape and is kind of suspended from the ceiling, things like that. So not the best sitch. Any questions?
It was a good gift, though, right?
Where's Bellamy so we can find her?
No, that's not where we left off.
What? Well, you said any question.
You said any. That was the
Yeah,
question.
in that case, where's Darius?
Yeah. When is he coming back?
Never.
That makes me upset.
Did Bellamy have like one eyebrow furrowed and then one up like the whole time that she was not really Bellamy?
No. Slugs don't have eyebrows. So no. I want to get off of eyebrows is what I'm saying. That's what I'm really saying. Bellamy. You feel yourself in a familiar area. It's not like it's a comforting area, but somewhere that you've definitely been before. You feel yourself confined to a table or some kind of a long surface, and you see this light bulb that's on a string, and it's been clicked on, and it's swaying back and forth. It's extremely dark. You see a figure come through the door and close it behind them. It's very dark. It's very concealed. You look to your right. You look to your left, and you see Tess. There's a rope suspended from the ceiling, and she is duct taped to this rope, and there's duct tape around her mouth. And her hair and everything, and her eyes are bulging, and it's like she's trying to scream or say something to you, but you can't make out anything at all. Her nostrils are flared. There's snot running down onto the there's snot running down onto the duct tape. Let me know what you do.
Okay, so how tied to the table am I?
As you move your body, you feel that there is duct tape just across your breastbone, and it seems to be wrapped around the table or whatever it is that you are strapped onto. Then there's another piece of tape that's wrapped around the middle of your calves. You are very securely strapped to this table, and you feel movement in your stomach.
I would like to try to look down at my stomach and see if I can see the movement.
You do. You see something about the size of a baby's fist moving around inside of your abdomen.
Is my mouth duct taped?
Yes.
Okay. I think at this point I would begin basically yelling against the duct tape, and probably frantically trying to release myself from the grip of the duct tape. Like, until I'm exhausted, I'm just going to keep struggling and trying to pull myself up and away and get loose.
As you do this, as you struggle more and more, you feel this thing inside of you go up into your esophagus, and you feel this gag reflex, and so your mouth starts to project just bile, and it's trapped inside of this mask of duct tape, and you feel this wetness kind of saturating your neck and your hair, and you want to vomit, but you just can't get anything up. There's something definitely obstructing your airway. And then you feel something else as it pulls off your shoes. It definitely feels human. Do you look at it?
Hmm. Um. Where is Tess located? I'm sorry, from where I'm
She
at.
is hanging to your left.
Okay, I think rather than look down at whatever's at my feet, I'm gonna look over at Tess,
Okay.
kind of because she's the only thing in the room that I know, and I feel like we're kind
Sure.
of each other's only hope type thing.
In the glossiness of Tess's eyes, you see a figure, and it looks like it's a hunched over amphibian kind of looking thing. It definitely looks glistening to you, and it has unspeakable features in the area that looks like it might be its face and chest. You see as Tess's eyes blink just rapidly, and she looks back at you, and in the black of her eyes, you still see this image of this creature you are incapable of comprehending. And then you feel as something touches your mouth, and you watch Tess's eyes looking directly across from her and over your face as she cries and tries to breathe, and something cuts open a tiny little slit where your mouth is. And you feel this push as this creature slithers out of your mouth. And as you almost birth it out of your mouth, it's immediately followed by this acidic vomit. And you feel this burning sensation on your mouth. And this thing slides off of your face and onto this thing that you can only comprehend as being a hand, but it has so many digits, it can't possibly be human. And it absorbs this acid, sluggish creature into its palm. And you feel light. And you hear your heartbeat slowing. You vomit one more time out of this tiny slit. And everything goes dark for you. But you still hear all of the sounds around you. You hear a door opening, and you hear more people coming in. People stand around you, and you feel their presence, and you feel this warmth all around you. Your eye opens once more, and you see that Tess has completely fainted and is just droopily hanging from this rope. And you see there are several hooded figures around you, all holding red candles. But the flames aren't orange, they aren't blue. The flames burn black and green. And there's a scent in the air. It kind of smells like a swamp. Todd.
Yes.
How's it going?
It's going.
Anything you guys want to do?
Nope, think we're good.
Yeah. I think we should take a day off and just
Yeah.
relax around the house.
Yeah, let's, maybe bake some cookies.
That seems good. Bellamy.
The fuck, guys?
So the last thing Edward said last episode was, "Where's Bellamy?"
Mm-hmm.
So in response to that, I would say we need to find Bellamy. If this weird slug monster wasn't her, then where is she?
Or how long was that thing with us?
Oh. And
Wait.
how long has Bellamy been in danger and we had no idea?
So obviously this thing took Bellamy's place at some point. If we could figure that out, we might be closer to finding her. Does anything stand out to you guys?
Well, I don't know, her stomach was growling and then she left for a little bit and came back and then went to the library.
She waited outside.
Yeah, we're apart when we were at the library.
That's got to be it. Why didn't she come inside with us?
Oh, she said she wasn't feeling well.
Okay, if anywhere, I think we should start there because we got separated at that point and we all went into the library. I don't know if I'm grasping at straws, but maybe we could start there.
Yeah, and
That's the last place we were. Might as well retrace our steps.
yeah, the slugs seem to leave a trail, right? Like maybe we should look outside and see. Like, did you see out the window? Like they kind of crawled out and it was like
Do you
blood
think
or
it's
something?
trying to get back somewhere? Like,
Yeah, like if it's host was killed, then maybe they're trying to crawl back to their lair. I'm grasping here. I don't know.
Todd, this is your area of expertise.
Slugs?
I don't know. Science fiction.
Science-
I mean,
Okay. I mean, let's go look around really quick outside, and then if there's anything that we could do, then let's start with that. If not, let's just hit the library.
Sounds good.
okay.
Before we leave, I'm going to pull out my camera and take a few pictures of this skeleton on the floor.
Also, am I still naked?
I think in the last episode you had grabbed a towel.
Oh,
Got it.
I think actually, I think we both went and changed
Oh,
after
yeah.
you killed the slug monster.
That does seem like a
So-
really normal thing to do.
Put on clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I also make sure that I have my badge and my gun as well. And then I head outside.
I'll make sure I have my flashlight too. So we go around to the outside where the window is, where the slugs would have crawled out.
Okay.
I roll spot. Perception, sorry.
Is there a trail?
There is a trail. It's a big, glistening path that leads up the hill and into the water. Remember, you are surrounded on all sides by water.
Kind of hoped they would have taken the bridge, but you know.
Now, the water that surrounds Masada Lago is just kind of like a moat in a sense, like a river.
Or a lake.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, kind of like a really, really big lake.
So swimming is not really.
You certainly could.
And the slime trails obviously go into the water, and then we kind of lose our trail there.
Do we see
Yes.
it on the other side?
It's too far away for you to be able to see.
Okay. I take a stick and I just poke it into the ground.
Okay.
This will give us at least a frame of reference on the other side.
Oh, good thinking. Do you want to get a sample of this slime?
That's not a bad idea.
Run some science tests on it?
Yeah, I will collect some of the slime. Do you want me to roll for that?
No, you can just do that.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
fail.
let's-
You don't get any slime.
Ah, it's all over my hands.
So let's cross the bridge and then try to see on the other side if we can find this trail, and if not, head to the library.
Okay. Do you go back into the house or do you go around the back? How do you navigate your way to the
I would
bridge?
say we go around the back.
Yeah. How far is the bridge from where we're at? Is like on the other side, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the window is the opposite side of the bridge.
oh, okay.
I would
there
imagine that
still
we're
a-
looking like kind of out across the water.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Is there still a boat?
Yeah, of course.
We could just take the boat straight across.
I just scrunched my
What's-
face
What's
up.
the worst that could happen?
What if it's in the water?
What, the slugs?
Yeah. I mean, don't they normally
Yeah.
not like water? It's the idea of being in a boat.
I mean, you think they could climb out of the water and up boat?
Did I
Now
think
that
they
you
could
say it that way, it does seem like maybe
take the
not a
form
good
of our
idea.
friend Bellamy and
True, they are unusual slugs. But,
I'd
I
rather
mean, but-
trust in my own two
Uh,
legs.
Okay, let's go across the bridge. Probably wise.
Okay. You go across the bridge.
Has the vines advanced any further from the last time I saw it?
Yes.
Do you want another sample?
Yeah, I will reach into my pocket and grab the previous piece.
Okay, it looks a little wilty, having been in your pocket.
I will collect another sample and put it with the other scientific samples that I've gathered rather than my pocket.
Okay. You do so.
Sorry for the delay. Here, let's keep going.
Yeah. Well, we need to hurry, I think.
As you leave Malsado Lago, you get to the other side of the bridge. Where are you going? To the library?
No, we're going to the other side of the shore across from where we were. Where I put the
Ah,
stick.
okay. So you do that. It takes you probably a good 15 or 20 minutes to get from one side to the other.
Also looking for any other trail as we go.
The trail ends, but you do see human footprints walking along the sand of the other beach.
Are they normal sized?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do they seem to come out of the water?
Yes,
just
they
all-
do.
Oh.
Is it barefoot or are there shoes?
It's barefoot.
You don't think it turned into another doppelganger, do you?
I mean, it
Like
went from Bellamy to slugs. I mean, it's reasonable to think that it went from slugs to something.
just thinking out loud here, maybe we should stick together, because if this thing can take the shape of Bellamy, what if it couldn't take the shape of anyone? Like, we separate for a minute and come back. How do we know we are who we are?
True.
So let's stick together and find Bellamy.
How about this? I don't know if this will work, but do you have a marker on you?
Oh yeah, got one in my bag.
What if we draw an X on the inside of our palm? And that way, if we ever think that somebody's taken us over, we could just show the X on our palm. I mean, there's no way it's going to know we drew an X on our palm. Unless one of you is already a slug monster.
Oh.
But that's fine. I mean,
Why did you have to say
we've been
that, Edward?
walking this entire time together. I look at both of them suspiciously.
They both look really nervous now.
Or we could just come up with a code word that only we know, and unless they can
Well,
somehow duplicate our thoughts too.
The imposter Bellamy didn't seem to know what was going on, so you can't like read thoughts. So that might be a good
She
solution.
didn't?
Well, she kept asking about why you would be upset at her, and I kind of had to rehash the whole thing from earlier.
Oh,
Got it.
okay.
So a code word. That
Yeah.
could work. Or we could draw X's on our palms. I mean,
Or both,
yeah.
just as a precaution. And I'll pull out my marker and draw an X on my palm and then hand it off. So what's our code word?
And then I draw an X.
I also draw an X.
So we could say something like, show the X, and then we could be like, I don't know. X gonna give it to you. Sorry.
A voice from above says, I like it.
Well, it's certainly unique. So I think that's a good password.
All right. So X gonna
X gonna give
to
it to
you?
you.
To ya. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, I get it
That's
right.
the
Or
important
we'll
part.
think you're an imposter. Okay.
Uh, where did these footprints lead off to?
They lead to the east side of the cliff. And it looks like the cliff just kind of juts into the bay, and that's really it, right? You've not explored anything over there.
So it leads like down a cliff?
Well, two. I don't think we could see footprints
Sure.
on the cliff.
So the cliff goes right into the ocean. So if you can imagine, almost like a teeny tiny little peninsula.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's very, I guess, like Scotland or something, where it's just like huge amount of cliff face into the ocean.
Well, we should get going because the longer we take, it's possible that something bad could happen to Bellamy. So
Yeah.
I say we make haste.
Unless she's hidden in a
Well-
cave on the cliffside.
Well,
But then how would they have gotten back so fast, right? It has to be near somewhere in town, presuming that's where we lost her.
if I kind of look over the edge of the cliff, do I see any like pathway or any
Sorry,
way?
you're not on the cliff.
Oh, we're not on the
Okay,
cliff.
yeah.
You
I
are
was
on.
like,
You are on the beach. The cliff is a good like 60 to 70 feet above you to get to the top of that cliff.
Oh.
You're on the beach.
So the footprints lead to the cliff like this person climbed the cliff.
It
Face.
just leads to the cliff. You have no other information.
Okay.
Can I follow the footprints up to the cliff face and sort of look around for anything unusual? Like a hidden cliff face door?
Okay. You walk to the side of the cliff that is facing you. There's still some beach around it. If you want to wade into the water to go around the bend of this, you certainly can.
There's no way to get right up to it without wading through the water.
I mean, you can touch the cliff, but you're not going to be able to examine all of it without wading into the water.
Can I see the part of the cliff where the footprints would have kind of disappeared?
Yeah, you see them sort of just disappear into the water.
Oh, okay.
The water here is pretty violent, so it is crashing up against there. If you're going to go through the water, you are going to need to swim and make sure you don't lose your footing. There are a lot of jagged rocks around you. It's certainly not a safe area.
I think I would walk up to it and then just kind of hesitate and turn to the other two and be like, I don't know if we should keep following this direction.
Well, if we
We
don't
could
find
always-
anything else, we could just get a boat and come back over here or something.
Yeah, or we could always investigate around the library and see if there's a different path. Maybe there's an easier way.
real quick, just so I understand, is the cliff face like sheer and we're it's like straight up and down? We're not like climbing up a sloping cliff.
That's correct.
And the beach ends to the cliff. To one side there is water, to the other side is more water.
Right. So normally when you guys walk off of the bridge, you go up a carved stairway up into town.
So we
So
And
kind
this-
of
that is
like
carved directly into the cliff. Now you guys have gone to the east instead of just continuing due north. So you guys have gone east and now you are at the edge of the bay, essentially. So right where you are is where it actually becomes more ocean and less calm water. You've trekked quite some time to get over here. This is a very tall, sheer cliff that goes straight down into the ocean. There is, of course, beach around it, right? So, like when the tide is out, you would be able to walk around there, but the tide is in currently. So, you are going to have some trouble getting around this and getting to the other side of the face of this cliff. Bellamy.
Yes.
You feel some movement in your jaw, like you're kind of able to wiggle a little bit. Do you try to move and get yourself free while you are surrounded?
Have they been doing anything? Or just standing around me?
You hear whispers, but you don't understand the language.
I want to look something up in the book real
Okay.
quick. I think I can do a control F, so if that's the case, it'll be a lot easier. Yes, I can. Okay, I'm not going to try to break myself out because I want to listen to the whispers in an attempt to try and start making sense of familiar sounds or repeating noises.
Okay.
I know that I don't have a reference to try to figure out the language or understand it, but I want to work towards that on the odd chance that I get out of here and I am able to connect it with something. So essentially, oh, I just creaked my chair. So essentially, I want to try to use cryptography.
What page are you on?
34. Like I said, I don't think I can't break anything, and I don't think I'm going to be able to actually figure out the language to understand it because I don't have any understanding of what the words would correlate to in English. But if I can start or keep listening to it and finding repeating noises and repeating sounds, and then just kind of keep that in my brain for later, I guess is more what I'm focusing on.
Okay. Give me just a sec. You hear a few repeated phrases. You hear someone saying fun, tadi, mormo. You smell something familiar. It smells like a wet dog. And you hear this dog get close to you, and you feel its warm nose get close to your ear as it licks. It certainly doesn't feel friendly. And then you black out again. You awake and you are not surrounded. You feel dirty and you feel as though you have been moved. Your body feels heavy. Do you open your eyes?
I'd like to listen first.
You hear nothing. All you can hear is the echo of silence.
Well, it's not ominous. I will open my eye very slightly.
As you do, you feel the grainy sand and earth sort of flutter into your eye, and you have that very terrible feeling of, there's dirt in my eye.
Instinctively, I try to rub it out.
When you suck your breath in, you're going to pull your hand up, and as you do so, you feel that tape still wrapped around you, but you do have a little bit more freedom to move. If you want to try and roll to break free, you may do so. But you are buried. You have 3 moves before you run out of air.
Well, I would like to go on the record and say that I blame my friends. Okay, so I'm buried. What am I gonna do? Okay, I'm looking at skills. I guess the first thing let me look at this. So athletics is definitely on the table. Not that I have anything in it.
Okay.
You can hold your own.
You need to roll a 4 or higher to get out of here.
I should have used my sense trouble so freaking long ago. Okay, so 4 or higher. I am trying athletics. I rolled a 1.
Okay. You fail. You have now gotten your foot caught on a root of some sort, and you begin to panic as not only do you not feel more free, you feel more trapped. It almost feels like something's holding on to you.
Do I still have the slit in the duct tape on my mouth?
You sure do.
Okay. I want to start screaming for help.
Okay.
In fact, I'm not going to do it because it would peak the mic and everything, but it would be like, help, Clara, anybody, please, Todd, Ed, please, somebody, help, help, help.
Your mouth very quickly becomes filled with very heavy dirt, and you can say nothing. You feel the soil touch the back of your throat.
Well, I don't think there's anything else as far as skills go other than athletics.
Give me 1 second, I'll look for you. Mhm. I don't see any other way for you to break free other than to roll a 4 or higher on your athletics.
All right, I will try again. I rolled a 6.
Very good.
Oh my god.
As you begin to lose hope, feeling the heaviness, the crushing weight of the soil on your chest, the soil completely taking over your throat and mouth. You have this thought of things didn't end well with Clara, and I can't leave it like that. And you break out of these bonds. One sec, sorry. Lost my other note. I apologize. I'm gonna have to look it up. Google Drive. Sorry, it's not very good. It's bad audio.
No, it's great audio. Perfection. Freaking Mike. Who? Wow.
this thing that's holding you, this root or whatever it is you've caught your foot on, you pull it as hard as you can, and you feel this surge of cold all around you as water begins gushing up into your grave. But you take just this moment of being surrounded by water to lift yourself out. And it's almost like you're not pushing your own body, but rather you're controlling the element of water around you, and it pushes you through at least 4 feet of soil. And you reach out of the ground and pull yourself to the top of the earth. You see beside you another grave.
Coughing and hacking, I frantically start digging at it.
You do so, but your body is quite tired.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take you, hours to get to the bottom of this grave. Edward.
I look at the footsteps that go into the water and assess the danger of the crashing waves against the jagged rocks.
If you were careful, you could do it.
I look at Todd and Clara. You guys should head back. Go up the stairs towards town and circle along the other side. I think I'm going to take this way and see if I could catch up to this thing or maybe see where it went.
Whoa,
Didn't we
you
just say
wanna-
not
Whoa.
to split?
And you want to split up and go into the dangerous water without somebody to spot you.
He begins taking steps toward the water. He is on his way.
Edward?
Clara, here, take this. And I hand her my gun. It's just gonna get wet and it's gonna be useless, but just hold on to it until I see you on the other side. We can't wait any longer. What if Bellamy is in danger? Like, I have a really bad feeling right now.
And what if you're in danger going that way?
Look, I've been a lifeguard my entire life. I worked at that resort since I was like 3 feet tall. This is nothing. Don't worry about me. Go with Todd. I'm going to see you on the other side, and we're going to get Bellamy back.
Yeah. For the record, I hate this idea.
I know. And I press the gun into her hand, and then I just start kind of fast walking towards the water, and I jump into the water.
Okay. When you jump into the water, you feel at home, like you know what to do. You are able to navigate around all of the sharp cliffs and rocks and jutting pieces of danger all around you. And Clara and Todd very quickly disappear as you round the cliff face. And you see footprints as they walk into a cave just on the other side of the cliff.
I get out of the water and I just quickly survey the area and just make sure that I'm not missing anything. And then I start making my way into the cave.
Okay. Above the cave, there is something of a carving. It looks like a statue, sort of, but it's a very tall, muscular woman. Her hair is just writhing serpents.
Like as in a standard Medusa?
Yeah,
Is that what I'm
totally.
seeing?
100%.
I take a quick pause as I ponder the importance of this statue, but knowing that Bellamy is probably by herself and possibly in danger, I slowly and cautiously enter into the cave.
Inside the cave, you smell a lot of different smells. It smells coppery and also really sweet. You also smell this like stench of wet dog. And you lose your footing as you slide around on this slimy path. Do you have any means of turning on a light? And do you even want to?
I don't think so. I don't recall if I would have brought a flashlight. I think I would have mentioned that if I did. I do kind of look around and see if there is any kind of rock or, some kind of branch or something that I could use as possibly as an improvised weapon, as I carefully traverse the slippery landscape.
Sure. You feel around and you do feel something kind of like it feels like a really old, like a stick or something, but it does seem sort of like jagged at the end. It is pitch black. You cannot see anything. Do you continue to climb into the cave? The further you go, the more slippery it becomes and the stronger the smells are.
I listen for a little bit. Is there anything I could hear?
You hear a whisper.
Am I
So-
able to make out the whisper?
You don't understand the words at all. It certainly sounds like people that are whispering in a language unknown to you, very hushed. And when you stop and you slow your breath so you can hear just every little thing, you hear, and then there's no more whisper.
My sense of duty makes me want to continue to drive forth, but also just being rational. If I can't see, I'm not going to be able to do anything. I go towards the cave entrance and I look around. Are there any candles, torch sconces, anything like that I could utilize. I mean, I guess
High
that's
or
pretty
low?
far fetched, but always high. Always high.
81. As you feel a little defeated, having scoped the entrance of the cave, you kick something and it kind of like is sort of soft. You pick it up and you take it out into the open and you see that it's this like mush of red candle. And you see this little glint of a white, thick lighter on the beach. As you run over and you grab it, it is very capable of creating a flame.
The mush of the candle, how substantial is it? Do I feel like the flame will last me for a little while at the least?
Yeah, it's mostly just mushy because it's been sort of sitting in the hot sun.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Well then, without thinking much more, I will light the candle. I will put the Bic into my pocket. I will take the candle into my left hand and the driftwood in my right, and I continue
Yes.
forward.
As you've set down your driftwood, when you light the candle, you see things unseen. And the world is revealed to you as it truly is. The sun turns into the moon, and the piece of driftwood is just a jagged femur. The slippery slime look like bloody and brown footprints, and the ocean is black as night. And you see this statue, and you watch as Mormo looks down at you and summons you into the cave. Do you flee, or do you walk into the cave?
So just so I understand, the sun turned into the moon.
Mm-hmm.
So it just instantly became nighttime once I turned the candle on.
Yes.
Got it.
To be clear, you can see pretty well now.
Once again, I have to follow my sense of duty. I think Bellamy is in a lot of trouble. I don't know how long it's going to take for Todd and Clara to walk around. And if I wait and she dies in that time, I don't think I would be able to live with that. So I'm going to push forward.
Okay. As you walk into the cave, you see the statue of Mormo, whom you now just know, settle back into the face of the cliff. As you walk forward, you enter this alternate place. It's certainly not underground, because when you look up, there's sky above, and there are buildings all around you, and there are people whose eyes are blood red, and they look in your direction. And they swallow hard. And you go from feeling less investigator to more prey, as your heart begins a very rapid thrumming. And as you feel your heart rate increase, you see that you've attracted more of these red-eyed demons. And before you can move, they are all around you. And you feel hot, just all of a sudden, this hot flash. And then you feel extremely cold. When you lift up your hand, you see that you have marks all over your body. And your blood is just drenched. I mean, just all over your clothes. And you're becoming a part of the slime. You feel cold because you don't have enough of your bodily fluids to keep you warm. You have 2 opportunities to escape the cave.
So just so I understand, are they attacking me, like grappling me, or is it just my body is like liquefying?
They have attacked you in an instant. You are drained of a very good deal of your blood. As you sort of take a second to put together what's happened, the only thing that you can think of is you've been Dracula'd.
Do I still have the talisman around my neck of the
You
blood
do.
witches?
Yes.
I will drop the candle in my left hand, and I will take the talisman into my hand, and I will try to invoke whatever power is within this talisman to protect me.
As you take the talisman into your hand, you feel as though this is the right thing to do. And remember how I told you that it was sort of hook or large tooth shaped? You take it and you just instinctively know that the right thing to do is to thrust it into your chest. You do so, and you hear screaming all around you, and you feel your blood coming back into your body. The candle on the ground allows you to see that these creatures now have their mouths open, and there's just these wide holes, and there is just a river of blood coming from their mouths right back into your body at the talisman. It happens in an instant. And then you see behind you no statue, but Mormo herself as she walks closer toward you, as though she's going to reach for the talisman and take it from you. You now have one remaining chance to exit this cave.
Does Mormo stand in between myself and the cave exit?
No, she's behind you, and the cave is below you. You're almost like on a slide.
The slide goes towards the cave exit,
Yes.
and it is still slick with blood or viscera or slime.
Yes.
How much of a slope is it? I mean, would I be able to use it if I were to like take a running start and then just kind of drop to the ground and like slide away? Do I feel like I could use that to my advantage?
Are you telling me that you're going to try and slip and slide your way out of here?
It's my I'm processing my surroundings.
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
So obviously at this moment, taking the brief kind of relief of this talisman, just giving my energy back to me, every muscle in my body, just from muscle memory, will just snap, and I will run as quickly as possible towards the entrance. And if at any point I feel like I lose my momentum, then I will utilize my environment to try to continue to push my way out of this alternate dimension.
Roll flee. A 4 or higher.
Now, is that a specific skill, or am I using athletics?
There is, I believe, a specific skill. Let me double check though. If it's not, I will have you do something else.
There is a fleeing skill.
There is. Okay, so
but it has a
unfortunately,
note.
It's under
Go ahead.
general abilities.
7. Where the hell is 7?
any fleeing rating above twice your athletics rating costs 1.42.
Oh, that's in character creation. So you're good.
God. No, never mind.
We try.
Okay.
Actually, I will allow you to do a 3 or higher.
I'll take it. I rolled a 1.
You hear laughter all around you as you use all of your strength, having never skipped a leg day. You feel cramped and just out of sorts, and you fall. And you watch as Mormo comes very close to you. And she wraps this thing that could be a hand. You're not quite sure. There are so many digits, and you just feel this crushing sensation around your neck, and you feel the pressure of your head as it gets squeezed tighter and tighter. And you feel your last breath exit your body, and it goes dark. Clara, Edward has just gone around the corner of the bend, and you now have a gun.
I'm gonna
Let me know
need a
what you do.
second.
I would like to mention at this point that I blame Bellamy.
Fuck you, Todd. Fuck you.
I want to name this episode Enter Mormo.
Okay. Let me compose myself after all that.
Boy, this is not how I expected this episode to go, but I am thrilled with the outcome.
That
I'm
was
glad,
rough.
I'm glad you're thrilled. I'm mortified. Okay. So I'm awkwardly holding this gun as I have never held a gun before. And I'm kind of shaken because I'm just so flustered with Edward having left like that. And I'm just going to look at Todd and be like, we have to go to town, I guess? This is a terrible plan.
I don't know. Maybe we'll find something on the top end.
It's terrible for spell amigos, and then Edward. Oh, and I'll just start walking off towards whichever direction we're headed.
Okay. Where are you headed?
I thought we were circling around to the top side of that cliff.
Okay, so but once you get to the top side of the cliff, where are you guys going?
In my head, I envisioned it as we were going to try to position ourselves so we could see on the other side of that peninsula from the top.
Ah, okay. So you're going to see the bird's eye view of where Edward went.
Yes.
Understood. Okay.
Or at least that's what I thought in my head.
Hey, that's fine. I'm just imagining that you and Clara are actually having this conversation as to what you're actually going to do next.
Well, I've started walking off all flustered. I don't know if Todd is following or directing.
Yeah, Claire, I think we just need to circle up this way. And then we'll be able to look down and see what's going on.
Okay. Yeah, let's hurry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys take a very swift jog up the stairs, around the bend, and you see Edward's body, lifeless on the beach, covered in blood, surrounded by these kind of greenish looking creatures. More aptly, you'd probably call them ghouls. And that's where we're going to call it.
I
Unless
hated
anyone-
every minute of that.
No.
But Fred, you're not supposed to roll ones. That's my job.
No. You fool.
You damn fool.
I don't know. I was just thinking of like one of my character concepts of duty.
I
You
think
know,
it
I'm
was
thinking
great.
of
It worked out
Bellamy.
perfectly.
That's perfectly.
No.
You know,
No.
like
Poor
all I
Clara.
could think of is like my character doesn't know this, but like in my head, I'm like, she's buried underground. Like I have to find her, and I think unfortunately I allowed that to kind of leak in too much into my character. But I mean, I think that's what my character would do.
Yeah.
You
We're
know,
following
Yeah,
the
the duty.
footprints. Yeah.
The duty made
Yeah.
sense, and you just should have told Clara how you felt before you left.
You should save that for
He
take
did.
a
He was
knee.
like, I know.
God, you know what?
Oh,
That's
damn it.
so that was such a big missed opportunity.
I was waiting for Clara to be like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna kiss him. I'm gonna do it. And it did not happen. So not only did you miss the boat, so did Clara.
Well, I didn't think I was gonna die though.
Both
Like,
of us missing opportunity.
I'll be honest, Todd was thinking about doing it, so
it would have been hilarious if Todd
Oh.
just came up to Ed and just smooched him. Oh,
Missed
3
opportunity,
missed
Todd.
opportunities,
God
yes.
damn it.
Okay.
Of course.
wow.
Of course.
Did you guys have fun? It's okay if you say no in this episode.
And let me tell you, one of my biggest fears is being buried alive. Like, I have claustrophobia, and just the
really?
idea of that, just I'm like sweating right now. This is so bad. And like, there was that glimmer of hope. I'm like, okay, 2 turns. What can I do? The talisman, it like came to me
that's
as like
so
a shining
good.
beacon, and I'm like, this is the only way I'm getting out of this. I'm gonna just try to evoke whatever power this thing can give me. And I'm like, yes. And then yeah,
You are
like,
set up, and the fall was so good. Oh. Well, it's a better ending than Cersei Lannister got, so you can be thankful for that.
I'm sad now.
Well,
Let's do another episode.
let's do another
Fix
episode.
this.
Listeners, we'll see you next week when we conclude this exciting episode of Cthulhu and Friends. I don't know. I mean, every episode, I guess, concludes. Hiroshi, cut that. Oh, okay. Terrible.
You mean Rob?
Rob, cut that. That was
Come here and make me. That's staying in.
Oh no!
man.
We need to start being real nice to Rob.
Yeah, it's exactly that. We need to be extremely nice to Rob now.
No, it's fine. I've got that.
Okay, so we will see you next time in St. Paxton, where things are totally fine. It's always sunny. Things are going well. Our friends are alive. And, honestly,
In our hearts.
Oh.
friendship is not affected by death. Well, bye now.
What's that saying? Friends until the bitter end?
Oh.
Oof.
Yuck. I hate it. I live to destroy friendships. Oh, so glad I got rid of that terrible Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Okay, bye.
Okay,
And
bye.
we're stopping the recording.
Okay.
Bye,
God,
Frank.
I really wish I took the opportunity to kiss Clara at that point, but I really didn't think I was going to die.
I think it's so good though that it's like this whole other missed chance between them. Like,
All right. Bye, stream.